I'm pleased to be joined now by Vince Oreo, the head coach of the Holy Rosary Raiders football team. Vince, thank you very much for taking this time and joining me. Now, in the next upcoming month or so, plenty of football Alberta tournaments will be taking place. One of them being the Senior Bowl High School All-Star Game, where Northern Alberta will take on Southern Alberta. Now, Vince, two Holy Rosary players have made this game, Chaz Walker and Laren Thiessen. Just tell me a little bit about each player.
Yeah, so Laren, grade 12, obviously Senior Bowl. He's in grade 12. He's defensive back. Yeah, he's a competitive kid, and he had a really good camp. He's got an opportunity. Well, going into the camp, he didn't know what he was going to do for football post-secondary wise, and he wanted to play, but nobody had really reached out to him. But he had a great camp, and he had both Edmonton junior teams all over him on the weekend, trying to recruit him to go to their camp next weekend. So I think he's decided on the Wildcats, so he's going to go to their spring camp next week, and hopefully that turns out into a successful junior career for him post high school. But yeah, great opportunity for him for Senior Bowl. He looked really good in that group. So, and Chaz Walker. Chaz has been, that kid in the province that every team wishes they had at defensive line. He's one of the best in the province, bar none. He's recently just signed a letter of intent with the University of Saskatchewan to play university football there. So, he was by far the best defensive lineman at the camp. He had junior teams and the university teams wondering how they missed him, and it really kind of brought to light how COVID, that 1 year where those kids missed that year, where they might have been on somebody's radar in grade 10 and they kind of got lost with no football activity in grade 11. And then, with their grade 12, either they got missed or forgotten, or it became somebody else's opportunity, I guess, in this case with U of S. So Chaz looked real good.
And Vince, looking at some of the past year's rosters, Lloydminster has always had a fantastic showing, and obviously good to see again a couple of players making this team.
Yeah, it's great. It means, it tells us that what we're doing as a program is the right way to do things. When we see our kids compete there, when they're amongst the best in the province, we know we're doing the right things and we're doing right by our kids. And and the ones that work hard and put in the effort, they get rewarded for it. With that said, there's 140 kids there from Red Deer North, and there's some excellent football players. Like, there's some tremendous football players. We had other kids go and try out, and it's not that they're not good enough to play, they're just not in that top 6 or that top 7, because there's some exceptional kids. When you got there's 35 or 40 receivers you have to evaluate, you really have to stand out, and you have to make every catch, or you have to make every play. Like, you really can't miss a rep, because some kids are perfect throughout the whole weekend. So it's a competitive environment. It's a little bit stressful, but it's good for these kids to put themselves in that situation too, and learn to deal with that stressful situation.
Now, the Senior Bowl, obviously, for graduating players. Now, Vince, for these players who are recognized, making the team, or even just getting an invite to the camp, how special is it to really end their high school football careers off on a bang?
Yeah, years ago, Senior Bowl was the place where universities and colleges used to come to recruit kids. Before all the game film and stuff that we could put online for kids to promote themselves, unless a scout saw you throughout maybe your grade 11 or 12 year and kept in touch with you, they really only had that Senior Bowl where they had all the kids together to evaluate the best kids versus the best kids. But over the years, with game film and kids being able to put their stuff out there, they get recognized a lot earlier. They get recognized and they're getting recruited in their grade 11 year. So Senior Bowl had become not so much that last chance to get recruited, but it was just that last high school football game, which kids could take advantage of. So to see kids get an opportunity out of Senior Bowl when really they thought this was going to be it for them, so they got recognized, and maybe now they're extending their football careers by 4 or 5 years. It's a special thing for these kids to go there, not only to compete, but to make a team, to get recognized, and map out your future for the next 3 or 4 years. And maybe that turns into a youth sport opportunity for the kids that are going on to a junior team. So yeah, we're really proud of the kids and great for them that they got this opportunity.
Well, May 23rd, these players will be in action in Red Deer for the 2022 Alberta Senior Bowl. Vince, thank you very much for taking this time and joining me.